this is a safe Minecraft biome. But this is a custom biome rigged with tens of traps, all to trap the most dangerous player on this server. To understand how we got here, let's go back to day 1 of the server where I was invited to Tommyinnit's glass shop.
Welcome to our shop.
This may seem normal, but literally a few seconds before showing up, I saw 2 name tags hiding under his shop. But I was willing to trust Kiwi since he was such a nice guy.
I can explain.
We can talk. He literally had to.
Why?
Okay. I'll stop. Just don't kill me. Stop killing me. No.
Don't break up. Don't
Listen.
Okay, Aeon, calm down. Calm.
With half a heart and 3 new enemies, things couldn't get worse. But oh boy, they did.
Starting now. Neither of us can hurt each other.
This is Jet Starfish, a man that I consider to be one of my closest friends. And he just made me sign a contract saying that we can never hurt each other again. And so what do?
Okay. Okay, screw the contract.
Yeah, my only friend on the server had also betrayed my trust and broken our airtight contract, all because I killed his dog. Actually, in hindsight, that does seem kind of fair. To make matters even worse, when I tried to escape, they found me again. And again. I just logged on, guys. And again. Don't kill me. So now that it was me against the whole server, I needed a way to defend myself, and to do that, I would need to target the biggest threat on the server. Wookie. Throughout all these fights, there has been one man that has always been there to kill me, and that was Wookie. Since I was being hunted down by the whole server, I needed to create a large area in which I controlled 100% of it, and also knew exactly what was in it. Not only that, but I also needed it to be interesting enough for people to be lured into the trap without suspecting a thing. And the only way to do that was to create a custom biome, which I started designing straight away. We're just gonna start off by placing some blackstone over here. Then we're just gonna make a nice little pond to put this lava in. Okay, I may have put in a little too much lava. More lava will solve the problem. Okay, this isn't looking too good. Let's just add a tree, you know? Let's just add a tree. Okay, maybe things weren't gonna be that easy. But after hours of building and research, I finally got to a design that I was somewhat satisfied with. So I logged on the server and began collecting some materials. Realistically, I only need a couple stacks of blackstone. So for the next couple hours, I mined for thousands and thousands of blackstone. And after what felt like a decade, I had managed to get 2 full double chests of blackstone. I also managed to get myself a couple stacks of glass for the acid part of the biome. All I have left were the few remaining materials for the small details in the biome. But on my way to grab them, this happens. This was bad. Real bad. Was Wookie onto me? Did he suspect me of trying to trap him? How did he figure it out? With many unanswered questions, one thing was for sure. I would never get in a call with a person that I am literally trying to trap. I mean, that would be such a stupid idea.
We have to have a chat, okay? There's someone that you haven't met that has something pretty valuable that I would like, and I want you to get a little information on it, okay? And I'll give you something valuable. I don't know, like.
Give me McCoy.
You want McCoy? I can't willing you. Like, I need you to go on a whole mission, okay? You could very easily die. You could very easily create new enemies, but it could be really dangerous. Dabby Cat has the dragon egg, okay? And I want the dragon egg. So I need you to go undercover, find out exactly where the dragon egg is, tell me where to go, and I go steal it, and make sure it's like somewhere I can easily get to.
This was a very dangerous mission that Wookie was entrusting me with. But the best part about this is, I wasn't gonna help him at all. Wookie was absolutely oblivious to my plan, and what's even better is he was willing to help me. This was the perfect cover-up, and now I had the best way of luring him into my biome without raising any suspicion. But there was one giant problem. I was now under a time limit. If I don't get his egg within the next 24 hours, there was a good chance that he would find it himself, and then my whole trap would just go to waste. So I had to get to building, and quickly. The biome building was going great, but this is where I ran into a massive problem. People were always in and out of the server, and I was out in the open building something very, very large. Now, this wouldn't be a very big problem if I wasn't the most wanted man on the server. Every time someone would log on, I would either have to hide or log off. With time against me, this became a very big problem. The blackstone portion seems to be done. Now all I've got left is the acid. Dude, this is looking so sick. Okay, let me finish up before anyone else logs on. Building was becoming very nerve-wracking as time was running out. Luckily, I had finished the whole 64 by 64 area with just a couple hours to spare. All I had to do was build a few hidden traps that would end Wookie for good. Let's test if the first trap works. Oh, it works. All right, let me just dig down and add some spikes. Trap number 1 done. For the second trap, I wanted to open a chest and dripstone would fall down on him. Now, it's not gonna be as deadly, but it's definitely gonna give him a scare. All right, so if I open the barrel... Yes, okay. With 2 traps done, things were right on track, but they were also getting quite weird. There were berry bushes I hadn't planted, trees weirdly close together, missing items from my chest. What exactly was going on here? As I dug around the base, I found this. A secret ladder that led to some sort of base. In this base, I found 2 signs. One saying, "Don't grief, it's for contents," and another that says it does not belong to Unblown, a server member that is notorious for trolling. Now, I was very worried that I myself was about to be trolled, and 2 other members, Copper and Dabby, had also had something similar happen to their base. So we waited and waited until Unblown finally logged on. And where did we find him? Right where we expected him to be. Why are you under my base?
What?
Why do you live under my base?
Where's your base?
The one right above you.
You mean the entire platform?
Yes.
The black stone
Yes.
thingy?
Yes.
Is that your base?
Yes.
What do you mean? It's just a cave. It's a natural generated cave. What do you mean?
and why do you live under it?
Why'd you live above my base?
No. Unblown had flipped the script on me and made me wonder if I had built this whole trap above his base. But to make things even more confusing, he told Dabby that he didn't even live in the base at all.
Apparently, Unblown doesn't live in the secret base there.
So who was really hiding under my base? Was Unblown lying? Was it Dabby? Maybe Copper? Was I just hallucinating after all? This was simply too much for me to handle, so I decided to leave it off with Dabby and Copper, the 2 most professional detectives I knew. Back in my trap building, I decided to leave the small traps be and focus on the main one. The main one being this giant concrete powder area. If you didn't know, concrete powder is affected by gravity. So I was going to build a contraption that would remove the floor under the black concrete and drop Wookie into a hole with a couple hundred spikes. Well, since you made it this far into the video, might as well subscribe. Dude, this is one menacing sight. With the spikes all done, I think it's time we work on the floor. This is actually quite scary to work on. It feels like I'm about to fall like at any second. So with a simple click of a button, this whole thing would fall down alongside Wookie, causing him to die. But there was one little problem. How was I supposed to get one of the most experienced Minecraft players I know to stand on the most suspicious part of the biome? Well, the answer was actually quite simple. All I have to do is send Wookie a picture of a fake dragon egg, then make this whole biome into a sort of scavenger hunt for the egg. And then one of the hints would lead him right on top of this concrete trap. So after countless hours of riddling, I had finally set everything up. With the biome complete, the traps complete, and the riddles all in place, I had 1 hour left to call Wookie. I found it, but he's entrusting me to keep it safe, so I buried it.
Dabby gave it to you.
Yep.
That's a little sus.
Wookie was already suspicious of my plans, even though we had just started talking, meaning that I had to be extra careful with my trap and tell him that all these riddles were meant for someone else. So I have hid it behind a few riddles. They're meant to be traps for McCoy. There's 2 traps. I told Wookie that there were 2 traps, purposefully leaving out the fact that this final trap would be the one to end it all. So with Wookie thinking that there were 2 traps, I gave him the first hint to begin the hunt.
Hint 1, welcome to the biome, which happens to be my home. Feel free to roam, but look under the spike, you should find home.
As Wookie made his way around the hints, he discovered the first trap. Yeah, quite anticlimactic, but at least I can rest assured knowing that the spike This man had somehow managed to dodge both of my traps, but I wasn't worried at all because we were rapidly approaching the final trap.
You have reached the end and conquered the unknown. Search where you may find some bone. Oh, that's the convenient. It's over. Oh, and you're not. Yeah, no.
What do you mean no? There's nothing under, look. In a fit of panic, I mined the block on the outside to try and salvage the situation, but he just did not trust me at all. So in the last act of salvation, I clicked the button and pushed him down the hole.
Oh my god, my computer. Oh.
No! No! Come here. Okay.
You want to take this right?
This is no, listen. Damn it. My trap failed, Wookie had killed me, and I had just lost everything. But mark my words, Wookie, this is not the end of me.